this. Oh no. Right. Mic works. All right. What's up, guys? I don't know if Boba's still here. Probably not. Take a look at some KVKs. We'll do them a hunt for history, I guess. I actually kind of go over this commander swap that's coming up, because the commander swap and then the armament swap actually has me a little. I think I know what I want to do, but maybe we could go over that later. See what you guys think. By the way, have you guys ever had a liquid death? Like you see this? Regular water, the sparkling water. Brilliant marketing, average product. Like every single thing they have is like okay, but for twice the price. And I should know better, right? But every time they come out with something new, I'm like, oh, I don't know, maybe I give it a chance. It's pretty good, and then it's like it's okay, but it's always way too expensive. So, actually, yeah, we'll go check out some KVK right after this. Let's see how if anything interesting's going on. I hang out for like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. Maybe I'll pull a special inscription on stream. No. I don't know. I almost feel like since they did the windfall thing, they actually made this worse. I feel like I get less lucky now than before with the travels. Yeah. All right. Got everything here. Oh. No. Alright, let's get this hunt for history. Oh no, I'm at a flux. I don't know about that song. Almost every other special was like a cutscene. I know, right? I miss those days. Like, cause I don't know. Maybe they should. Cause like even if you get a legendary, right? What are the percentage chance that it's actually usable, or like there's promise where you can use it in the future. It's probably 5%, 1 out of 20, where either there's like a good high stat, right? It's like, and that's if you get a legendary, and then we're not even getting legendaries that often, right? So yeah, I don't know. I wish there was a little bit more information on the commander swap. I think I'm going to just release like a guide anyways, because right now, sorry that the cough sounds nasty. I've been sick. Because like even the people that are kind of in no man's land waiting for it to come out right now, there's still like a strategy to it, right? So Ramson, how many more migrants are you guys getting? I mean, I already said in the video, I'm hoping we take somewhere around like 20 to 25. We accepted 10. I think we accepted like 5 or 6 are in right now. That's probably the only downside. I mean, the main downside of doing first pop is like you have 2 weeks, right, from when you can accept migrants till you have to cut that off. And they're just players that are in KVK, right? And they're in KVK. They'll have to leave. So like I think like the other 5 out of the 10, every single one of them is like trying to hit some kind of achievement to get a little bit more rewards in KVK and then come over, right? So, and then it's just, yeah, so I don't know, but we're gonna do first pop, but that also makes migration a little bit harder because it almost has to line up or they have to leave KVK, right? If they're in KVK. Let's just save my epics for the new formation. Pima, nah. I mean, so the reality of this is like, you still want to pull for what's more universal, most universal for you, right? So it's actually, I mean, you can make an argument. It's either wedge or arch, right? But you're still not going to pull for the new formation. Now, they announced that you could swap over. So essentially what I'm going to do is I'll kind of piecemeal it together, right? Because I want to run Heraclius and Cho as my garrison. This one's a little too... I want to run Heraclius Cho. So right now this is an arch formation, right? Now with a new formation, and this is why I want more info, these will all be relevant stats. But these will all be relevant stats, right? Obviously the inscriptions would be good enough. But like, if I could switch these 4 armaments over to the new formation, and it doesn't cost something like ridiculous, then I won't need a pull for that new formation. Like, it makes a lot more sense to do it this way, unless the cost of switchover is like astronomical, which, just from a balance standpoint, I don't really see it happening. Right, so like, there's actually no real reason to pull for the new formation, in my opinion. Now, I've already said this like over and over again. I think there's a better way to do it. Make the formation blank, and then after you see the stats on whether it has an inscription or not, then you can select which type it is, and you won't even have to do this nonsense. But you know, I don't know why they don't do it. Like that, the way I talked about is smoother, right? The way they're doing it now, I mean, the only upside I can see is it kind of throttles people getting good armaments a little bit more, and then also allows them to maybe like make a little bit more money if I had to take a guess. But from a system standpoint, like you want to design a good system, the way I talked about just makes way more sense. It's way smoother. Yeah, so I don't know, but until then, you should still pull for your universal formation and then prepare to like take some and switch over, right? So like, so for example, something like this. Where is it? Oops. So like, you could get a balance for this, right? So this, like, you can't get much higher in this triple stat. Now, my plan is to wait until the new armament swap comes out, and I'm gonna put a balance on this. But then I'm gonna switch this over to arch, so then I can make it a destructive and arch, right? Because this is actually my second inf, right? It's okay, right? It's a double. But this with a destructive would literally, like, you can't get much better, right? Maybe you could get a couple decimal points higher on the stats, right? Maybe you could get a double for some reason, but like you just can't count on that. Right? But like until I know how much it costs, there's just not much to do. And I'm on 6 out of 8 shards to get another balance. So I don't know. A lot of it is just we just need more detail from Lilith. You think the switches will be rarer than the skill resets? Yeah, it just depends, right? Like can I do 4? If not, we just don't know. But let me think. So if they're doing 2 transmutation crystals per KVK right now, I could see them making it where you could do only 2 conversions per KVK, maybe. Right, maybe. I can't see it being more rare than that. That would be a little like not balanced, right? But if they actually made it where you can maybe do 4 transforms or conversions per KVK, I could also see that too. It just depends. VIP 18? It happened maybe like a month ago. I wasn't streaming. It just happened kind of naturally. Oh, this is interesting too, right? So statistics. Well, this is how much of each I have, like including the bag, but this doesn't count the pick ones. With the pick ones, I think I have about it's like 12 bill. Is it 12 bill of each out of the pick ones, or when you go to gold? Well, 12 bill of food and wood. When you go to the gold, is it half or like 60% or something? Like I remember doing the math. I could get right around 10 bill gold. So if it's a hard fighting KVK, I probably need to manifest a little bit more resources next KVK. Same thing with the speeds. I have about 1837 days of universal plus the healing and training. I'm right about 1900. Not too much, healthy amount. If I try to go for Zenith, I will essentially blow all of that. Am I happy with Belly Prime? Yes. Now, I will say this, and this isn't necessarily a Belly Prime problem, but I actually ran into an issue my last KVK with Bastions. So there's a William Bastion, right? So for my 2 calves, I run Nevsky William, and then Joan Belly, right? And we look at William's skill. We look at William's skill. I think it was a second one. Yeah, so this actually was a Bastion skill, which is really good, right? But you can't put a skill on a commander that's already in the march, right? So I had to put the skill on Joan Belly. And Joan Belly with an extra 15% march speed, it's important that when you have marches, especially when you have like anything like 3 or more marches, that there's not too big of a discrepancy with your march speed, or else this one with Joan Belly, that skill on Joan Belly, the Joan Belly will flare out so quick, right? Before my other marches could really get in a position to hit, the Joan Belly would already flare out with like 6 marches, and it made it where it like there was just I just noticed like it was very often where I had to almost like manage that, and like it actually was just getting out of position a lot because it was just too fast, right? So there is such a thing as a march being too fast. Boba, thanks for being a member, man. Really appreciate it. So yeah, so when you're building your marches, like I mean, we usually focus on the slowest march, but like there is a thing where it could be too fast. Oh, this is here we go. Toriko, this is what I'm talking about. So attack, defense, health will apply to all unit types. Dude, this thing with Heraclius, I mean, you could do YSS, you could do like Charles Martel, you could do Cho, you could do YSG, by Theodore, like, I mean, Lapu Lapu, like, but this, especially like early on in the KBK, I think a lot more people will be comfortable random teleporting once this thing hits the game. I'm excited because I've been running Charles Martel YSG as my garrison for a long time. I'm finally getting to do Heraclius in the dailies, and then I'm probably just gonna max Cho, right? But even then, like just Heraclius with even like Charles Martel behind it will be. I feel pretty good, you know. As long as there isn't a Mr. Hope Wild Lion in my KVK, like I'll random teleport. You're running 3 calves, so you think either Billy Prime or Philip? Philip's interesting. So, I mean, he's in the game now. We can pull him up. It depends, right? I mean, even the way this is worded is stupid. So, like, look at his skill, right? Look at his expertise. Whenever this commander uses their active skill, they have a 40% chance to use their active skill a second time. When the other commander in their troop uses their active skill, they have a 20% chance to use their active skill a second time. Right now, like obviously, like Lilith is a Chinese company, but if you look at the second paragraph, I'm pretty sure this isn't it, right? But the way this is written, it could even be like if Luce uses his active skill, he has a 20% chance to use his active skill, the Luce's primary skill, a second time, right? Like this could just be written better. Because I know what they're probably going for, but it's not. But in general, right, people are kind of not sure how to value this skill. Because the idea is that 2 seconds is too short. Right, and then when you have 40% and 20%, I think it ends up coming out to about a little over 50%. I think under 60%, over 50%, where between the 2 skill cycles, one of them will trigger a second one, right? So when you start doing the math, let's just say it's 3 seconds. It's hard. We just have to see it in action. And this one, like so far for the commander releases, I've been waiting for. I mean, mostly it's Big Kane, you know, freaking taking the fall for it, and then I kind of get his feedback and how his reports manager looks, and I make a decision. But this one, I'm probably just gonna bite the bullet and invest in it. You know, yeah, I could see a scenario where like let's just say this first skill is a wash. I think even if this first skill is like very mediocre, the rest of the kit, ZL Philip will be better than ZL Boudica, in my opinion. So you're gonna get upgrade there, and then you have a very universal commander that should have some kind of longevity. So I think I'm willing to sink my gold heads to duel. Oh, Big Kane's there. You think so? Yeah. So Big Kane, since he's here, right? He's gonna invest in Philip. Then he's gonna run him behind ZL, and then let me know how that thing does. So then, by the time I do it, I actually all right, this. These are. By the time he does it, right? Like, anyways, I mean, I'm getting to the point where I don't need to be as stingy as with gold heads. I'm at 736. Yeah, so like, essentially right now, right? Like, with the commander swap, all right, I'm running Guan Sip, I'm running ZL Boudica. Right, so like I feel like if I could do a commander swap, right, I could maybe upgrade a little bit from switching from Guan double relic, single relic, whatever relic he has, to Ragnar. Philip will also be, I think, a slight upgrade over Boudica. And then I'm going to finish up Heraclius in the dailies. And then I would like to just invest in Cho. So essentially I have enough gold heads for one commander. And I should be able to get another one with commander swap. But there's actually 3 commanders I want. So one has to be left out. I don't know. This guy is disgusting. Like this is my favorite garrison in the game, you know, and I would love to have him on the wall so I could random TP. It really should be low priority, right? But in this case, it's kind of like when I was like a newer player, I really wanted Constantine because I like Canyon. Right? Well, I like doing well in Canyon, and I think the value I gave Constantine was a lot higher than probably what I should have gave him. But you know, I maxed Constantine. I don't regret him at all. Yeah, so I don't know. Cho's kind of like that commander for me. You know, like I'm not a garrison player. Like literally the only time is like if I random TP, I want Cho on the wall. But like having Cho is kind of cool. You know? If you're just 5 marching, you don't think Philip will be as helpful? I mean, yeah, right? Because you're talking about yeah, it's probably not that big of an upgrade if you're 5 marching. It's just hard. It depends. It depends on how his active skill actually works. You know, like in an actual, like in the field. You know. And garrison around the corner, need to be able to double max soon. All right, well, I guess I'm gonna be invested in Philip. I'll let you know how it is. Gorgo CY, oh my god, I can't even imagine. Could you imagine swarming that thing? Actually, could you imagine a like a CY Martel or Martel CY and then trying to swarm that? Absolutely disgusting. All right, let's actually do some. Actually, take a look at the KVK real quick. Anything happening with these KVKs? I really haven't looked too much into it, but it seems like there's not too much happening. We'll see. How's this one going? I think I saw on Facebook some people were shit talking 1365 like they were already lost. I don't actually know what happened.
Give me a break.
I mean, doesn't look like much is happening here. Oh yeah, Martel's viable again. 50% attack is a lot. That's a lot.
Give me a break.
Yeah, that's crazy. But it's like one of those where it's not good enough to use on the field, right? Like you're not gonna replace Martel, like you're not gonna replace Alex or William Wallace with Martel on the field, right? But like if you want a garrison, it's almost like you're like you have to like go into a Martel relic. I don't know, man. I'm glad I'm not a garrison player. Having to worry about like double maxing a commander and then. I mean, listen, Boba. I feel like Herman, I mean, you know, you have YSG, right? But like this whole idea that you have to pair ZL and Herman together is kind of crazy to me. Like, it's not like there's like crazy synergy between their two kits, right? Like, why can't you separate the two? In my experience, ZL, and I know this is weird, this makes sense, but ZL Boudica and Herman YSG actually both trade better than ZL Herman. You know, I'm not gonna argue that ZL Herman's probably a better March that just does more in the field between the two commanders. But as far as trades, like they've done worse in 3 KVKs now. You know, like it's there's a big enough sample size that I don't know. You know, it just is what it is. So they don't have to be together. You ran Gorgo Martel? Dude, this was 2 KVKs ago when we were fighting 2975. Yar, first of all, Yar is not a Garrison player, right? But he actually had like 3 special inscriptions or something. And I didn't even know what his tech was at. But it was like nighttime and, you know, he's over there in like New Zealand or something. So we just put Gorgo Martel in a flag. And 2975 could not take it down. It was the funniest thing. They couldn't take it down. They tried storming it. Then they like took heavy losses, and then like they stopped. And they tried storming it again. Then they just literally gave up. They literally just, because you know we already lost like KVK, but they just gave up. They just went for us to just go to bed, and then but like they gave up trying to do anything to it. Like they could not take down like one of our Gorgo Martel without the 3rd relic. That wasn't even our Garrison player. You know? And like we were joking about it. I mean, we like found something even back then. I don't know. Shockingly good. What do we have here? Era. Alright. What is this? Is that a... There we go. Scipio A... And Attila? What does that do? I guess it should do really well, actually. Who's this? Memento Morse? It's not, I'm shocked it's not Chatsky doing this. I don't know who that is. Do you cook or get cooked expertising Joan Prime? If you had to max one Cav Commander right now, I would actually max Joan Prime. Like, out of all the Cav Commanders out there, I mean, like, it's literally like betting odds, right? Like the Heisman odds and stuff. If you had to pick one commander, who's the one with the best shot to be part of like the best Cav pair when the new Cav Commander comes out? Like, I think it has to be Joan Prime, right? Because only her, XY, and William have AoE, and out of the 3, you would prefer Joan Prime over the other 2. So if you have an AoE commander that boosts skill damage, you'll probably want to pair her with Joan Prime. If you have a single target that boosts skill damage, you'll probably want to get paired that commander with Joan Prime. Right? The only scenario where you won't pair this new commander with Joan Prime is if it's like, say, like a combo attack commander, there's no skill damage increase, right? Which could really be a thing, but if that's the case, then there's not like a real obvious pair for this new Cav Commander either, right? Like you might, it might not be because a combo Cav Commander pairs better with another Cav Commander. It's just that like you want Joan to pair with someone that increases skill damage, so then it will still be with Nevsky probably. Right, so regardless, like I just, out of all the scenarios possible, I think that your chances of missing on a Cav Commander, if you had a max one now, Joan would be the one that you have the highest probability, in my opinion. Alright, that shit's kind of boring. Let's take a look at 1875. Nick Kane. You think the Asher Herman and ZL Phillip could work? You also think Shajar Asher and then ZL Herman did well. Okay, did well for you? Oh, you invested in Shajar? See, okay, so looking at the kits, right? Like it's, I mean, I don't think it's debatable that Shajar Asher would do better than like Asher Boudica, right? Just like bigger, just tankier, bigger, like single target damage. It's just, you know, like Boudica doesn't increase skill damage either. But if you gave me Phillip as a secondary or Shajar as a primary for a archer, I think I would actually take Phillip for to pair with Archer. You know, I feel like they did Shajar real dirty. They literally almost like replaced her right after she came out. That's my opinion. Oh my god. This one's boring. It looks like there's not even any fighting on there. Most likely it will be Asher Phillip and then ZL Herman for 2 Archer marches now. So that's hard to, because Asher, ZL, and Herman all increase skill damage by 20%, right? And then you have Phillip, just straight up 30% more all damage. I don't know which one. I don't know. I have to think about that pairing, right? But it's gonna be those 4. No, I also skipped Asher, so that's why I'm running YSG. But Asher, they keep pumping out a new relic for him, and it's like making him relevant. It's actually kind of crazy. Like I'm pretty sure I will never actually have Asher. Whoa, what is there fighting? Are they 4-dropping here? Wait, what is going on? Wait. Whose zone was this? Did 1875 drop in here? How is there like a fort wall? Wait, what? I have no idea what the allies are. What is going on? I mean, Boba, you already know my thoughts on 12. He doesn't even make my top 4. He's number 5 for me. So, please, please. You invested in Shajar. She's great for chaining. Oh god. What am I getting for the dig event? Actually, I need to look into it. I haven't thought too much about it. Does anyone know what is going on here? Let's see. So did 875 get a 4 drop off? Is that, I mean, is this what happened? You came asking for a reassurance? Dude. Yeah, I mean, I would go with Joe. And I don't even think it's worth it to wait, right? Because like if you wait now, you're talking about waiting like 2.5, 3 months. Like, is it worth it? Oh my god. This is crazy. What is going on with this KVK though? What is the ally situation for this? Let's do some hammer. Zhang Hanyandi? Oh yeah. By the way, the best siege march is still Gajamada Cordova. Don't invest in these two. Like if anyone who has actually like used siege for fight, right? Like could these guys maybe do more damage? Like yeah, maybe like could they win in a duel? Maybe, but like tankiness and ability to heal is very important for siege, and like Ajamada just has more, right? And then you're not going to replace the two new siege guys with Cordova, so it's still Gajamada Cordova. It's like no brainer. Nah, I'm glad I don't have to. I'm glad I don't have to waste gold heads on a new siege. All right, what do I need? Maybe I'm like getting into like boots. I don't know. Maybe archer chest. I'll take a look at boots and then chest. Mike Hawk, 2489. What's up, man? How's it going? Looking forward to your KVK, Mike Hawk. Alright, let me take a look. Alright, so it has 3 boot movements. I think I need a Dragon's Breath chest. I think that's what I need. Right. A lot of helms. Alright, I think Dragon's Breath chest, and then I have almost another one, please. I think I do need. I will need to get to the cap boost, but that's just not a priority with March speed. You don't have any. All right, Dragon's Breath chest it is. Yeah, Mike, are you guys confident? Well, what did the ally situation end up being? I don't even remember. Oh my god! Please, please. Okay. Funky German. I have too many crits. You're clearly being sarcastic. I'm pretty unlucky with the crits. "24/7 fights after past 4. Is 1188 your ally or is 1846 your ally? I actually wasn't paying attention. Oh, 1846. Okay. So I actually think the 846 1262 side is stronger. Again, this is just like, I don't know, I don't know, Big Kane's probably gone, but like when you're doing recruiting, you start hearing a lot of like hearsay, rumors, and stuff going on the back end, right? Because a lot of time you're fighting for the same players and they're looking at different kingdoms. I'm just not sure how, like 11. I'll put it this way: 1188 is not 1188 from 2KVKs ago, and then 846 actually got a pretty good migration. Right, so like whatever we think 846 is from like the last two KVKs, they're probably a little stronger. And then 1188 is probably weaker. Right, so like if it was me and you were choosing between the two, like again, this is just as hearsay, without even having like looked in the kingdom, like study anything. Just based off of like hearsay, I would actually take the 846 count. Like if I was doing Diplo, I would actually try to secure that camp as an ally. All right. I'm jealous though, man. I wish I was going in KVK. I wish like a pass was about to open. And then I know there's going to be like good fighting, you know, like competitive fighting. I want to say it's been months since I felt that way. Really Diplo work out this way because 960 is roughly 700 million KP more than you. Yeah. So here's also my thoughts on, I don't know if I should share this. I'll share this, okay? So at a certain point, the KP number becomes overrated. And here's the reason why, right? So if you think about a player, you think about a player that has like 5 bill KP versus 10 bill KP, right? Usually that jump is pretty big. Like a 10 bill KP player is significantly stronger than a 5 bill KP player. Just because like when you're usually the way that like the accounts work, right? Like as you stack, like you kind of build and you cross over a threshold, and then like the competition level you're fighting at, you could just get a lot of KP, right? And it just takes a while to get there, right? So like between 5 and 10 bill KP, that jump is pretty big. If you take a 10 bill and a 15 bill KP player, right, the jump isn't going to be as big. Right, just like it's like, would you take the 15 bill KP player over the 10 bill? Yes. Right now, the reason why I'm making this point is because when you're talking about these like very, very top imps, like I mean, like how many 30 bill plus players does 960 have? Right now, you could talk about like a 35 bill, like let's just say on average 35 bill KP player, versus on the 2489 side, like a 20 bill KP player, right? Like the difference, even though it's like a 15 bill KP difference per player on average, the difference in the quality isn't going to be like a 30-40% difference, right? Like for the most part, they're all going to be running like max amount of marches, like their equipment. Okay, maybe it's like slight, but like it's just not like when the KP gets high enough, it's just not. It's just like, you know, like it's just not as different. So and there's only a few kingdoms have this problem where like they have a lot of very high KP players, where like in my opinion it's almost like a disadvantage for them, because for the most part right now when we're doing Diplo we're still looking at KP, right? And like, and it's normal. It makes sense because with most kingdoms, they're not dealing with this many super high KP players. Like the KP actually reflects something, but at the very, very top level, like for like 960, right? Like, yes, it's 700 bill more KP, but like, how many players is that coming from, right? Like, and then what's the actual difference? Like 700 bill KP difference at that level is very different than like a 400 bill KP kingdom versus like a 1.1 trill KP kingdom. Like that is like a massive difference, right? But if you're going from like 3.5 trill down to like 2.8 trill, like yeah, of course a 3.5 trillion KP player is a kingdom is going to have an advantage, but it's just not as big of a difference, right? Like it's at least that's my thoughts on it. So now the reason why I was hesitating is because like I feel like there's a lot of loopholes in the way we're doing Diplo right now, where like if you kind of take advantage of that and how you're recruiting and how you build a kingdom, you can almost have like an inherent built-in Diplo advantage because you're taking advantage of how people actually decide to do Diplo, right? And I think some of you guys like you can already start figuring out like what the loopholes are, but I don't actually want to say it on stream because I kind of want to take advantage of that. That's true, Mike. Right? If you just don't, I mean, like that's assuming if you guys are like, oh, you're both full alliance, right? So if you just have less people, you have less people. But it's actually kind of crazy because if 2489 can't fill up a whole alliance, like this game over the last year went from like you see, I want to say many, but a decent amount of like at least 2 alliance kingdoms, down to a lot of like the more well-known kingdoms don't even have a full alliance now. You know, like the last KVK we had in 68, we had 80 active players. Like right now in 3092, we were at about 50. I think we lost like 1 or 2. We have 5 that migrated in so far. We have like 10 that we accepted, right? And so like even being able to get to like maybe like 65, 70, probably 65-ish seems like ridiculous. But then like you just realize it's not just us. There's a lot of kingdoms that have less than a full alliance now, you know. Yeah, you guys were originally, yeah, I remember that. Hence why people keep saying the game's dying, right? But then you start looking at early game, there's still like many alliances and like the big early game kingdoms, you know. It's like it's almost like this like whole different world. I should probably just do auto. Corner strat. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Yes. Yeah, it's kind of rough, right? Like KVK 5, that's like the Rising Star early game kingdom. So like that's like the graveyard. They get rocked, you know. It's a very like humbling wake up call, you know. Like one kingdom I talked about a lot, like 3321, right? They're in that KVK right now with 1818 and 2748 at free ally bullshit, and they're you know, they get in a fight like some high end AC kingdoms for the first time, and they're not doing so hot. Asmir, what's up, man? And then like when you're used to being like the big kingdom on the block that that has like the whales, that has like the bigger players, and then like, you're just like KVK5, all of a sudden like your trades are like super negative for the first time, and like these like established kingdoms, like not only do they have like better strategy, they have more shells built out, they're like doing crazier stuff, they're trading better, like it's demoralizing. And like how many of these kingdoms just fell apart after taking that L KVK5? All right, Mike. Thanks for stopping in. Thursday night football. Oh shit. Yeah, I forgot who's playing. I picked up that San Francisco running back Patrick Taylor. I ended up not starting him, so it doesn't really matter, I guess. So I heard Lost Kingdom now. I'm not Lost Kingdom. Lost Canyon is 6 marches, which I like a lot. Is that a confirmed? I mean, hell, make it 7 marches. But is 6 marches confirmed for Lost Canyon? That would be amazing. It's true. I like it. Yeah, because the way I built my account is a lot wider, right? So like, I was actually probably gonna make a video on this at some point. Yeah, let me pull it up actually. Where is my? It. Maybe I don't want to show that on that screen. Pull it up on this one. Yeah, so the way I built my accounts, wow, I'm like, why is this so hard to find? Oh, here it is. Yeah, so, right, like, I mean, P-Man, not P-Man, Mike Hawk, I think he just left. He's in 2489, right? So, let's just say, for example, if I wanted to go to 2489. Per March, my equipment would be like 40th percentile in that kingdom. Maybe, I want to say lower, probably about 40th percentile. Like, my average equipment per March. But then like you start factoring in, okay, well then there's armaments. My armaments will probably be like 80th percentile, right? And then a lot of these players, like maybe their per march equipment is a little better, but they're running 5 marches, right? So when you can start expanding out to the 6th and 7th march, and then from a tech standpoint, I would probably be like 70, 80th percentile in 2489. you gotta always start being like competitive in there, right? So when they have 5 marches, right? There's players that they just have 5 marches, right? But once you go to the 6th march, even though maybe like per march their equipment could be better, once you start expanding to more marches, the way I decided to build my account, I actually have like a bigger and bigger advantage relative to everyone else that is also in Lost Kingdom. So Lost Canyon. So I'm excited for that. You know? All right, Kane. See you later. Thursday night football. I don't know, man. I can't enjoy the NFL the same as I can enjoy college football. College football is my sport. NFL, you could just tell it's a higher level. Like every quarterback is making, even like the guys that we consider scrubs, is making, you know, really, really good like NFL throws. Of course, they're in the NFL, but there's something about like the passion, the energy of like college football that I don't know. You just lose out on it once you get to the NFL. Right. I don't think I can actually upgrade anything. I should be able to get to 430, right? Because I haven't gotten any of the free ones. Oh, you get 30 more. Alright, so 124, and there's 16, 20, 24, 27. Alright, 30. There's 30 per floor. Okay, maybe not 30. I should definitely be able to get to 25 though. With the 30 more. Here we go. Maybe I should start from the middle next time. Oh no. Oh my god. Oh, the last one? Alright. Oh, that sucked. Should I start in the middle? Let's try the middle. There you go. Alright. Oh, this thing is like tempting me. So if I have 89 left, we'll see. Oh no. Okay. Ooh. I know, right? They had to average it out. No, I don't have enough. I should just stop here. Okay, so I have enough of the Dragon's Breath chest. What was the other one I wanted? Actually, this is really good. You can ignore 1% health. I have none. All right. I'm very unlucky with crits. No. I'm very unlucky with crits. It is what it is. Here you go. Alright. So I should save this. I don't even have that many maths right now. Let's see. 18. Don't worry, Boba. That could be you. I was actually probably ahead of pace at one point, and then I just went on a very unlucky streak. Actually, wait, let me see. How many crits do I have? 1, 2, 3. Oh god. 4. This is a pity crit. My 5th ring. 5. 6. I have 6 crits? And then how many legendaries did I craft? Oh my god, I don't want to know. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're not going to count these. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 50, 51. Did I say 6 crits? Six and 50? Actually, no, that's above average. It's 11%, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 and 50 is above. It's above average. It just feels unlucky. Let's see. So average is 11%. 6 and 50 is 12%. I'm officially above average. Okay. It feels very unlucky though, I'm not gonna lie. I almost feel like I should just upgrade something. Just for the hell of it. Attack ignored. Why not? We are going to get more defense for infantry. Funky German. Is this Goose? Alright, should I upgrade this? Yeah, why not? I'm bored. I just need to get more iconic crystals, man. Boba, don't worry, you're gonna run into that problem. I assume you have like 5 marches right now. It takes forever. Like I finished KVK 9, and I'm still missing like 11 slots for iconics. Like you can see my siege. My siege equipment doesn't even have iconic on it. That's why I still have some purples. It's just I don't have iconics, right? So instead of just crafting it, I decided to go like Awaken 2, Awaken whatever instead of that. It's gonna be a while. 2 more KVKs. Abu Jabara? I know, infantry's begging for health. I know, man. Yeah, that's why. I mean, I think I told you this, right? Like egg isn't a mass event. The egg event is a blueprints event, and early on, right? Like I mean, I finished KVK 9. I'm about to go into KVK 10. I'm still limited by mats. So like, we wanna go off of the VIP shop, right? Just like how good is the value relative to the VIP shop, but you have to also like just take into account your bottleneck. So your bottleneck, until at least VIP 9, right, is going to be mass. It's going to be that for a while. So you should actually prioritize spending your gems on the Monday mat events. So like the Daruks, the what's the other one? Esmeraldas, right? Like like you could say like, oh, the value isn't as good relative to the VIP shop, but if you keep going for that quote unquote value with the blueprints, like for the egg event and stuff, it's like a mismanagement of your resources, right? You need to go where you're starving the most, which is actually going to be mats. So Boba's a whale. He doesn't have that problem, right? He's just going to be maxing everything. But if you had a limited amount of gems, prioritize VIP shop first, and then the Monday events, and then they're doing it more often now. That Esmeralda's wheel, you could spend like 20,000 gems on that, and like $25 or some crap like that, $35, right? And you could get like 30 something mats, which is still gross because you know you're spending that much money in a game, but relative to how much you have to spend to get mats doing anything else, that's by far the best value in the game, in my opinion. All right, let's go kill some barbs. No, I need to do some forts actually. Actually, Bobo, which KVK are you in now? Is it KVK 3? That's crazy. I think you're in KVK 3, right? I wish the regular Sunset Canyon is also 6 marches. Alright, Toby. I wonder how many people are chaining in Home Kingdom now. It's a trap. Don't do it. Training day. Can I snipe this? Oh, I just started. I don't know. I might snipe that. Son. 31,000 gems. I'm gem poor right now. It's alright. I don't think I'll need more gems until 2 weeks, what? Like 2 Mondays from now when the new, it should be the Esmeralda sprayer, right? Like, I'm not gonna max the wheel, right? I spend however much it is on the VIP shop every Monday. That's it. Send this other one out. Yeah. Soft season. Build up the shells more, you know, do some recruiting, and then get them to KVK. I wish we had a bigger window. Yeah, that's by far to me the biggest downside of taking first pop is that you have such a short window to take in migrants. You know. My farm is strong enough to take down a level 8 fort, but not a level 9 fort. Can I do your farm run? No, Toby. I don't know, man. If you look at every one of my farms, I've never not logged onto my farm since I created them. But it does feel like homework, man. You know, it's just like something I have to do like every day. Let's see. How long have I had this farm for? It's like that's why like I am never gonna create another farm, you know, because like once I create it, I can't just like let it be. So like this one, when I create this, 679 freaking days, I've logged onto a farm account in a row. The newest farm. You're not saying we're doing this. 316 days. On my 8th freaking farm, I've logged in 300. This is like, I've never missed a day on any single one of my farms. This is disgusting. I mean, I'm sure there's people that do way more, but it's just disgusting to me that, like, this game had turned into, like, I spend more time probably managing my farms in my main account. So you're not saying we're doing this, but the trend seems to be to secure easy KVK wins with Diplo, take first pop, rinse to repeat, and get many hunters. Yes. There's a specific kind of kingdom that does that. Now, I will say this, right? If you look at the rewards you get from KVK, whether you win or lose, right? Because you still get rewards, like from the tokens and everything, especially if you win. The way to kind of maximize improving your kingdom and your personal account is to be in KVK as often as possible. So we actually had this like discussion in our Kingdom Discord the other day, right? There was someone that was like, no, you're gonna need a max skip. Like, no. You should never max skip. Like, you should never max skip. Like, as opposed to max skipping, if you do need a break because you just had like really, really tough KVKs, queue into Nile. Queue into a KVK where like you could still fight, right? But you know the fighting is going to be a lot more like scarce, right? If even at all. And then no, you have a chance to still win another hunter. You're still going to get the rewards. And like when you queue into, say, for example, Nile, even if there is fighting, the fighting is not going to be that long. So you'll still be able to recover, but still get fighting, right? And then that way you can still take advantage of the rewards and everything. You can still, to the degree, keep your player base more engaged. Whereas if you're in a kingdom and you think your kingdom is going to max skip, right, it puts a lot more pressure on the next KVK not being a flop. Because if you max skip in the next KVK, and there's just stupid shit that happens, you know, I'm not gonna start calling kingdoms out and stuff, but like, you know, there's just kingdoms that they always seem to be around drama in KVKs, right? And then like when you end up in a KVK with those kingdoms, it's very often that it's one-sided because they're doing what you're talking about, where they just want to secure wins so they can maximize their hunter, so they could do well in OL or whatever, where they could have more stars, or say they're on a winning streak so their kingdom doesn't die, they recruit better, whatever the reason. But if you max skipped into that, think of how psychologically damaging that is, right? But if you're like confident, your kingdom is always, you know, unless it's something crazy, gonna go in the first pop, maybe second pop, for migration reasons only. And then like and then your leadership can kind of gauge like where the kingdom's at. Okay, they need a break. They can't take another Hell KVK. So we're still going to take first pop, but we're going to go into, say, Heroic Anthem, or we're going to go into Nile. We're going to go into a format where, like, even if there is fighting, it's not going to be as intense. You can have the best of both worlds. You can keep the player base engaged. You still have a chance to get a star, get an Altark, or even if you don't win, right, you're still going to get more rewards than if you send a home kingdom. And then like you can come right out and go into another KVK. Like the rhythm of this game between KVKs, well, between fighting is just way too long, right? Because by the time you get out of KVK, Kinsland has been decided for like two plus weeks. So this whole idea, oh, I'm gonna max skip, I need time to recover. Like what? Well, listen, if you need time to recover, if you need to max skip to recover, you shouldn't consider yourself a fighter. You know, just because like it's just like it's that bar, that standard, that bar is really low. That like you need to max skip to be able to actually recover enough to fight. That's, you know, right? Because like I could sit around, we just do these forts, and like if it's first pop, I'll be like by the time I go from one KVK to another, I'm regenning about like 500 days of speeds, right? 500 days of speeds is a little over a bill kill points, which is like solid for most people, right? In a KVK, like that, and that's taking first pop. So like in what universe do you need more than a first pop, unless you just took one of these like disgusting hell like top end KVKs where you had like a 6-day Kingston, right? But even then, how often are those happening? Which is why we tune in when we see them, because they're not happening like every 2 weeks, right? More often than not, even these top imps, they're getting into KVKs where like the fighting's kind of one-sided, whatever. It's just not like besides like 2377, right? They had 2 really tough fights of 24-29, the last 2 KVKs. Which one of these top kingdoms have had even like 2 tough fights in a row? So why would you need to like skip that up that much? You know, that's just my thoughts on it. What do I think of players saying I won't fight X kingdom because my second account is in there? I mean, that's a you problem. You know, like the whole idea that Viet kingdoms won't fight each other is freaking ridiculous, right? So because you guys are Viet, you're not going to fight each other, but then you're going to queue at the same time. So you're purposely going to queue at the same time, so you end up in the same map very often, and then you're just like, oh no, we're not going to fight each other, right? Sometimes they hide it, where they act like they're trying to do Diplo in good faith, but they don't really. Sometimes they just straight up just say, no, we don't get to ally each other, we're sitting out, right? So 2748, 1818. That's what 1818 said, I think, in that KVK. 1818 said, if we're not allied with 2748, we're sitting out, right? So then they got their way, and then now 2748's camp and 1818's camp is destroying the what? How did I lose this? Oh no. Okay. Wait, what is going on? That's weird. Right? So you know how a KVK goes, right? If you and your ally both have a zone 5, and you and your ally both win zone 5, what do you think is gonna happen in Kingsland? You already won. Right? So like I have an account in this kingdom, I'm not gonna fight it. That's ridiculous, man. That's your problem. I don't hold a kingdom hostage for that. Don't mess up matchmaking for that. EAAS. Thanks for the sub. How did I lose this? Let me see what is going on. Oh no, it hit 2 barbs. Oh, I hit 2 freaking bars while I was hitting the fort. I've never actually lost a level. Okay, that's very unlucky. It's crazy. Let's try this again. Usually you barely win. Trinity, I'm surprised you didn't ask me. What do I think of a Kingdom queuing into the KVK and saying they need to recover? So like they're drained and they need to recover, so they deserve like a stronger ally. You should ask me what I think about that. You were about to ask after the breast size question. Listen, the right answer to the breast size question is it depends on the girl. I'm gonna load this. EAAS. How many migrants do we take in? So we have 5 that migrated in. We accepted 10. The other 5 should be coming in over the next like week, 10 days or so. That's what I was talking about earlier on stream. The downside with taking first pop is you have a 2-week window, right? So a lot of the migrants we're waiting on, they're in KVK, right? They're gonna hit a certain level of rewards. So they could get like a coin or whatever, and they're gonna come over. So, I mean, until they're in, you don't know, right? But we accepted 5 have migrated in, and we have 5 more that we accepted. We would like to take 10, maybe 15 more over the next 11 or 12 days or so, right? If you're interested in migrating, you know, apply to our Discord. A lot of traffic going on in there right now. It's kind of crazy, actually. But ideally, we could get to about 400 bill KP heading into this next AMK, 400 to 450. That'll be a good number with our kingdom size. We should actually have some like solid campmates at that size, and then we kind of fight like a higher level up and see what happens. It'll be fun. Thoughts on Joan Double Relic Mechmed? It works. Right? You have a 5 target. You have a 5 target AOE with Mechmed. You have some skill damage increase. A decent amount of health. You don't need march speed. Like, it works. I might have run that before actually in like KVK 5. Thanks, man. Nickname? Where is Milk at? Oh god. I don't know. You tell me where is Milk at. Are you Milk? Starting to get distracted by my other farm. Let's go to the main. Where's Milk at usually? Is he piloting in 960? I don't even know. HDT Nation. What happened to Gumbo? Gumbo went to another kingdom. So he got in a pretty bad car accident like a week before, a week before, a week, maybe more, maybe a little longer before we, our queue was supposed to pop up, and he was like dealing with like concussions and stuff, you know, and I think it was apparently it affected him pretty bad, and he just didn't feel very overwhelmed going into KVK, so he actually migrated out before our matchmaking was even revealed. You know, so nickname. You're not Milk, but show the DMs I have with Milk you're interested. But you're not Milk? Okay. Imagine missing KVK because of a car accident, skill issue. I mean, if you can say that for a car accident, imagine missing KVK because you had cancer, skill issue. Jesus. Yeah, I think I want to say Gumbo's in 2890 now. I think it's 2890. Don't quote me on that. Just messaged me the other day. Just showed me the matchmaking for their KVK. Saying something about how like the new algorithm was kind of messed up, right? But I don't know. We'll see. Oh, Trinity, what do I think of Kingdoms queuing into KVK and saying I'm recovering farming? Good luck. Disgusting. Those Kingdoms literally ruin a KVK for everyone else. It's shitty leadership. There should be a way to actually report that and then give them a strike. Like, I don't know. They should be. You should be punished for that. If you queue into a KVK, right? Like, if it's like max skip. First of all, I don't know why they force Kingdoms into KVK, right? If Kingdoms just don't want to queue into KVK, then the people there either migrate to another kingdom that does that, or they're choosing to stay in a kingdom that just refuses to participate in KVK. Don't force a kingdom that doesn't want to go into KVK into a KVK, right? So there's that. But if you're gonna queue into a freaking KVK, don't say you're recovering and then just sit out. Like what are we doing? Absolutely disgusting. Oh god, Milk is here. I don't even know how to answer this. Would I rather have a kingdom that's in recovery or 1394 as my campmate? I would rather have any kingdom as my campmate than a kingdom that's recovering. Wait. Oh, this is from before. Okay. Come on, did I lose again? There we go. This one's winning, right? These double barbs are ridiculous. Milk, would I rather let you in my kingdom or quit the game? Based on what I've seen of you in the Octagon and what I heard, I think I would actually quit the game before I let you in, dude. Sorry. It's not personal. It's just, you know, trying to build something. You gotta uphold some standards, you know? Sure, you're a good fighter. Would I rather marry a woman with a body count of 31 or have 1394 as my campmate every single... What? Whoa, what? What is this? What is this 1394 hate? Here's my thought on body count, right? Like, what's the big deal? What if like okay, here's something to think about. Okay, if you're like even a average attractiveness girl, your ability to get laid, like it's very, very high. Like you could essentially do it almost whenever you want, right? 31 is not that high of a body count for someone that can essentially get laid whenever they want, right? What if a guy had a body count? What if the guy's body count's 31, right? What if my body count's above 31? Does that mean like it's okay for a girl to marry me? Right? Like where's this double standard? I don't understand. I mean, honestly, and this is probably gonna offend some people. Well, there's 11 people watching, whatever, 13, you know? If a girl's body count like bothers you, there's probably some insecurity going on. That's my opinion. You just don't understand how this stuff works, you know? Hey man, that's actually a better, yeah, I don't want to know their body count, you know? It's not my business. Like third, like okay, you're an attractive woman. All right, let's just say it's a 30-year-old woman. All right, and let's just say you've been having sex since you're 18. All right, we're not going to go underage. It's 18, so that's 12 years. Your body count is 31, right? That means on average you're sleeping with less than like three people per year. It's certainly not that high. HDT Nation, 500 body count or having 1394 as my campmate every single KVK. Listen, man, I don't know. Wait, why is there so much 1394 hate? What's going on here? $500 is a little bit more on the outlier side. You know, I have to kind of see what's going on. Would you be okay with your mom or your sister or your daughter having that? I mean, there's a lot of factors, right? If it's like unhealthy, like if there's something going on, I would say no. But it's not so much the body count; it's more like whether they're in a good place or not. That's 6 full League of Legends teams. I actually don't know how many how many people are on a League of Legends team. I never played. It's 5 ice hockey teams and a referee. Gino, my body count is 90. Hey, you know what? According to the rest of chat, Gino, you're unmarriable. You're tainted goods. I don't know. Chat's getting out of control. I'm not sure how to answer that question. Alright, did I do everything? Let's finish the sunset. Who started asking this body count question? Let me see. Let's go back and chat. Trinity asked it. Interesting. Do I miss Bite? I feel like I see Bite in our Discord like every day. Listen. Can you get banned from the 3092 Discord? Who banned you? Actually, let's start a, where's my emojis, actually? No, I definitely didn't ban you. I don't think I've banned anybody from the Discord. But if you were banned, it probably happened for a reason. Jeansy? Let's see, let's set this up. Oh, I remember. You started, yeah, you opened a ticket, right? And then we closed the ticket. I guess you got banned by, I guess you got banned by Panther or something. Yeah, we can't unban you, dude. You lost your chance. Would I prefer a wife with a body count of 0 or 31? I mean, there's other factors, but I actually probably will prefer 31 over 0. The 31 is probably a lot better adjusted than 0, let's put it that way. Oh, Jinzy's here. Yeah, I would definitely prefer 31 over 0. Oh, what did I just lose to? Plaxer? Really? How? Let's see. So I'm gonna do this. Oh, Trinity is gonna add some details. Okay, gonna put it into context. Yeah, exactly. You have to have context, man. That's like asking me, would I rather weigh 180 pounds or 200 pounds? Well, what's the body composition, right? Because it actually makes a difference. You can't just throw out two numbers. They're both equally educated, equally attractive, and they're both 22. That's close. If you told me 25, I would for sure lean the 31. If it's 22, that I have to dig a little bit deeper. How tall am I? I'm 6'2". Oh shit, it's Alloys. What's up, dude? Haven't seen you in a while. Aren't you in 1029 now? Actually, yeah, let's take a look at 1029. Let me see. How is 1029 doing? Isn't Apo gonna go there? The good old days of Lambo and his 30 fighters in the DC Kingdom. I guess that's over, right? Looking forward to bigger, higher profile fights for you guys. 1029. $11.7 bill power. Oh my god, it's actually kind of crazy. If we both queued at the same time right now, us and 1029 would be like the same bracket. Interesting. 364 bill KP. I thought you guys were a little bit bigger than that. More importantly, let's see. Who's the one asking me how tall I am? Milk, how tall are you? And how much do you weigh? We could take a guess. All right. If we actually queue with 1029 right now, we would literally be in the same bracket. It's very, very close. Milk, let's see. Based on the way you message, I'm gonna guess you're 5'6", 5'7", and then this one's hard. You're either very, very fat or you're very skinny. So you're either like 5'6", maybe like 240, or 5'6" and like $1.15. Well, I had to take a guess, Mel. Aloys, you're a little bigger. You're a little bigger than us. We're at about like 50 mains right now. Hopefully by the end of this this migration, we'll be like 60 to 65 mains. And the next step up. Trying to square up the mouth. No. I'm a lover, not a fighter. Violence doesn't solve anything unless you're unless it's during KVK. Milk is 6'1", 185. There ain't no way. There's no way. Someone that's 6'1", 185 doesn't message like you. Picture or it's not real. Who wants a milk face reveal? Five, 6, 115, or 5'6", 235. Okay, we'll do a milk. We'll do a poll for you. Let's see. Let's start a poll. Is milk let's see what chat thinks, Milk. You're Arab? Oh, you're definitely okay. 5'8". Okay, wait. Wait. In the poll, I'll add 61185 just for fairness. Yes, that's true. Okay. It's Mel. Let's see. Or 6'1", 185. Milk is built like a NFL quarterback. Okay. Here you go, guys. There's your 3 options. By the way, statistically, I just assume. I mean, in America, right? What's like? It's a disgusting amount. Let's see. What's the obesity rate in America? The obesity rate in America is 40.3%. 40% of Americans are obese. So if you live in America, I'm just gonna assume that you are obese until proven otherwise. In the world, 1 in 8 people are obese. Oh no. Hey, Milk. Looks like 61185 is winning. Trinity, what do I think about the statement? Carbs are what makes you fat. I mean, this is kind of like what your question earlier, asking about like 0 or 31, right? Like, there's different types of carbs. Like, spicy Cheetos are carbs. A sweet potato is a carb too. What it does to your body is very different, right? So when you just go carbs make you fat, it's like, it's lacking nuance. It's hard to answer that. Oh no. Oh, don't leave. I want to see the results of the poll. Right now we have 4 votes. 61185 is ahead. Let's see if we can get a few. Oh. 6 votes. It's tie. 3-way tie. The other thing too with like what food, so there's not one diet that works for everyone. You know, people have different body types, they take different things, which is why like a keto diet, so essentially a very low carb, high fat diet, high fat protein diet works for some people, and then there's people that actually like a low fat, a low fat, higher like healthy carb diet works for someone, right? It just depends on the person. I think the best way to answer that is like when there's some like body awareness, you can tell when like a diet kind of works for you, right? And you'll kind of like naturally gravitate towards a diet that works for you. If you're on a path of being like healthy and be in a good shape, you'll eventually stumble upon what works for you. That's really like the answer. $185 isn't even that insane. It's like a regular weight. Melk's gonna sign in on his other YouTube account. I can see that. Counting calories is ridiculous. It doesn't work that way, you know. So for example, right? This is getting into like way off of rock. if you guys know what like type 2 diabetes is, right? Essentially, your body is insulin resistant. So whenever you eat food, your blood sugar is going to go up, right? Obviously, like when you're eating steak, it's not going to spike your blood sugar the same as if you eat like a fruit. When your blood sugar goes up, it's essentially poisonous for your body, and then your pancreas is going to release insulin, so it helps remove the blood sugar from your blood, and then it wants to store that energy in your cells as this thing called glycogen. When your glycogen stores are full, the excess tends to get stored as fat, right? So it doesn't necessarily, I mean, it does to a degree matter like how many calories you had, but it's also like kind of like the composition of the calories, right? Because if it was in a way where it's all like high glycemic index, it's going to spike your blood sugar, it's way more likely that it's going to get stored as fat, right? But if you have something that's high calories, but it's you consume it in the form of fat, it actually gets absorbed a lot slower. Your blood sugar doesn't spike. It's actually less likely it's going to get stored as fat. So this whole idea, like when you're counting calories, it's just like you're kind of missing the point. And you know that's unfortunately that's how like the government and the fitness industry wants to teach some of this stuff, but that's just actually not how it works. So that's kind of the wrong question, in my opinion. All right, let's end this poll. And the winner is 56235. So I guess out of everyone that voted, we believe milk is more likely to be short and overweight. It's very mean. Milk exited the chat before he could actually see the results. Trinity, let's assume for the sake of argument, you don't have type 2 diabetes. Oh, well, type 2 diabetes is, yeah, it doesn't matter if you have type 2. Type 2 diabetes just means that your body doesn't respond to insulin anymore, right? So, you're gonna need, your body actually requires more insulin for it to do the thing that a normal person can do with less insulin release. That's all it is. And then type 2 diabetes used to be called adult onset, right? Whereas like a bunch of kids have it now, right? But like it literally comes from having a diet where you're chronically spiking your blood sugar so that your body actually doesn't respond to insulin as well. That's what type 2 diabetes is. So basically, don't have a shitty diet and you won't have type 2 diabetes. Gino, you're upset I'm taller than you? I'm like 6 inches taller than you, man. Think about it. If I stood next to you, I'd be looking down at you. You could wear heels and I would still be staring down at you. I want you to remember that next time you talk to me. Show some respect. That'd be kind of funny though, right? Like all the most toxic people in LKC. What if you actually like gather everyone in a room? And then you can see everyone else. Like the LKC demons all of a sudden probably wouldn't be so confident anymore. Actually, okay, between, let's see. I think there's people from the kingdom in here, right? Let's start a new poll. Who do you think is the tallest out of these people? All right. I don't know how much information you guys know. Who do we think is the tallest? Without, I literally don't know any information. But just based on like personality, maybe if you can see a profile pic, the way they talk. If you had to take a guess, who do you think is the tallest out of the four? That's why I didn't include Gino, because he already gave his height. Whoa, 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 Chubby, chill. Gino's not 5'7", he's 5'8". Freaking disrespectful over there, taking away an inch from him. Jesus Christ. If I had a vote, let's see. Oh wow, it's a. If I had to take a guess, I would guess. I feel like I have to go with the dark horse, you know. I would actually guess Girthy is the tallest out of the four of them. I feel like Girthy's the tallest out of the four. Oh yeah? Toby. Toby's confident. This is hazing. This is definitely not hazing. I could contact all of her exes to recruit for your kingdom. Alright, alright. Toby, if you don't mind, can you reveal how tall you are? And then we could see if we still think you're the tallest. Because right now you're winning. 50% of the votes go to Toby so far. I can't vote in my own freaking poll. This is stupid. But if I was gonna vote, I was gonna vote for the dark horse. I would have voted for Girthy. Oh yeah? And what, did he look tall? Whoa, whoa, chill. He showed you a picture of him with his hair down to his shoulders and laying in the bed? What? Am I gonna get demonetized? Toby is 6'1"? Ooh. Alright. If Toby is 6'1", can Girthy, Jinzi, or Saul beat that? Gino, 65% of the US population is probably taller than 5'8", dude. Let's see. Let's see. Let me ask. Oh no, I was wrong. 30% of the US population is taller than 5'8". Oh, no, but that's including females. Okay. So including females, Gino, 30% of the US population is taller than 5'8". Let's see. US male population. %50 of the US male population is taller than 5'8". Gene Z's 5'10". Toby's 6'1". So how tall do we think Saul is? But Gino has a six-pack. What do we change the poll question? Between Saul, Gene Z, Girthy, and Toby, who has the best? Who has the best six-pack? Ooh, Saul's at least 6'2". All right. So it's either Saul or Toby. That's the tallest in the poll. You guys think? Interesting. You have the best six-pack, huh? It's pretty good. It's pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. Toby, that's true. See, the only reason why Gino has a six-pack is because he doesn't have kids yet, you know? He hasn't gotten the dad bod yet. Okay, everyone's kind of confident when it comes to height, but when it comes to the best six-pack, everyone's bowing out before we're not gonna start a poll on that, don't worry. Ooh, 365, that's really good. Girthy's 5'9". All right, so Jeansy's taller than Girthy. But then Saul and Toby are probably... All right. So who's... Here, let's hit the poll. So we're guessing it's probably going to be Saul. Right? Could you say, like, he has a chance to be, like, 6'2" or taller? I'm a midget, but I'm not Gino small? Wow. You know what I actually really miss? I miss Gino's Autark. Midnight? We're not... I don't know who that is. I miss Gino's Autark. I wish it was still around. It's a Bravers album. Yeah, but it's not the same. We're like, you know, it was just funny, like, seeing it attached to his account, you know? He has enemies now. Jesus Christ. Alright. I'm gonna finish up on this farm. I think I'm gonna go eat dinner. Did we scare Milk away? I think we might have traumatized Milk. He left real quick once we started taking a poll of his height and weight. I don't think he liked that. What's the order of Awaken after Boost and Archer? Here, let's pull it up. Oh wait, on my farm. So I think It's between the leadership pants or the dragon's breath chest. They're both pretty good for Awakened 2. Let's see. All right, see you later, Jinzi. All right. Yeah, so like Awaken 2 for this, you get to ignore 1% defense. That's pretty good. Yeah, it's for sure it's the legs. You get to ignore 1% health. And it's actually cheap too. I think if you upgrade the legs, it's only 10 mats. Pretty sure it's 10 mats. What's the max weight for a 165cm women dating wise? I don't know. It depends how. It depends on her natural body shape, man. There's some thicker girls that work out that are actually very, very sexy. Alright, finish this up. Let's assume it's my favorite body shape. How tall is 165 centimeters? Like 5'4"? 5'4". Right. Max weight. I don't know. I feel like there's 5'4" girls up to like 160, 165 that I found very attractive. They're just like really, really fit, you know. Every girl I've ever dated has been in pretty good shape, though. The last girl I dated that didn't work out, and it actually drove me kind of nuts. I was, this is what, like 14 years ago now? She didn't work out. She was a college volleyball player. At 5'10", it's like tall, like 5'10", like blonde girl. And she said she worked out so much her whole life, she got sick of working out. And I don't know. I think it's important to me that the person I'm dating is active. Obviously, that didn't work out. I mean, Trinity, if that's the case, it's not so much how much they weigh. It's like, you know, there's their lifestyle. I guess I kind of answered that. Me, Toby? I'm 6'1". I mean, 6'2". I'm 6'2", 205. Wait, let me convert it to centimeters for you. I'm 189 centimeters, 189. I'm like a NFL safety, man. I'm an average sized NFL safety. Non-freedom units. Oh, kilograms? Let's see. I'm about 93 kilograms. I mean, like you do know my like I own a gym, right? Like that's one of my main jobs is to coach other people in fitness. You know, kind of have to stay active. Hi Trinity, it's your turn. How tall are you? You keep asking me all these questions, right? How tall are you and how much do you weigh? It's give and take. You've been taking too much. You got to give a little bit. $190 and 94. Interesting. I'm going to guess 5'8", 150 pounds for you, Trinity. The way you post or message and ask questions reminds me a lot of my friend Phil. And he's right around there. 5'8", 150. Maybe 155. Birth size? I didn't want to imagine that on Trinity. All right. I try to stream at least twice a week. You know, maybe I'll do it. I think I'm going to release a video tomorrow, so maybe I'll stream Sunday? I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna go eat some dinner. Is there anyone on? All right. Anyways, thank you guys for hanging out, and I'll talk to you guys next time.